doing? Where's your tripod? Filming?
And she got to take the card out.
SD card?
Yeah.
You'll talk to me after the mayor on this.
A lot of big ones.
Wow. They're all on duty, so.
This time we're going to call this meeting to order. Again, with our pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Wilford Pearson.
roll call, please.
Pearson. Bradford. Present. Wolford.
Present.
Nichols. Here. Ware.
Present.
Sanders.
Present.
Okay, and we have a quorum. Thank you to all in attendance. Before we begin today, just want to make a couple of brief comments as it relates to our meeting today and the purpose of this meeting. First of all, this meeting is in regards to the CENTCOM, our telecommunicators. As many of you are aware, the state of Illinois passed legislation in regards to the PSAP centers, as well as that relates to dispatching and dispatchers. And so I can tell you that it's been a long year and a half dealing with this whole process as far as negotiating what we'll have to do in our center. And this does not just affect the village of Cahokia. Many other municipalities around the area have been affected as well. And so I also want to put out there that this is not a decision or idea that I had, nor this board. This was the state of Illinois. And this is just legislation that we have to accommodate. This is legislation that we have to make the necessary adjustments to. This has been a long, strenuous, stressful process the last year and a half, trying to figure out what we're going to do and how we're going to do this. Also, as it relates to the FOP, the union, our dispatchers, I want to let it be known that from day one, and I work with Chief Landon here to keep our dispatchers here. I know that there was some talk about layoffs or whatnot, and in some municipalities there have been some layoffs. But from day one, I've been pulling my hair out how to keep our dispatchers, our guys here. And so with many negotiations and many meetings, meeting with the FOP and their representative. Matter of fact, we just had one last week, our final meeting with their negotiating representative, Mr. Daniels. And it was a very good meeting. We came to some agreements where we will be able to keep our dispatchers, because that was just my main sticking point, to keep the guys. Now, there may be some things that we'll have to work on as far as job duties or whatnot, but Mr. Daniels didn't see a problem with that. So we will be able to keep our dispatchers. Also, I reached out to the Attorney General's office as well, because I wanted to let them know that this is not the norm as far as having a meeting here at 11 o'clock on this day. I also wanted to stress to the representative that this meeting, we had to meet deadlines, being that we're going to go live with this whole CENTCOM deal going this coming Monday, the 26th of September. And so that's how long this process has taken, from a year and a half to this culminating point to where we are right now. We, this has been something that even late last night I was making phone calls to make sure that everything is in line, because I did not want our residents here in the village of Cahokia to be without service as far as their emergency phone calls. And I can't stress enough how stressful this has been. And I've been working with the chief of police here, Mr. Landman, and this has really been a brain teaser, I should say. So I did reach out to the Attorney General's office to let them know that this is not a norm, and I wanted to just let them know that, hey, I apologize for any inconvenience because of the timing of this, but we have deadlines that we need to meet on a business daily, as far as business deadlines, because a lot of this paperwork that we get here today will be sent off to various places, and we can't afford to not have that business day mail not get there. And so we had to do this today, so this will be counted as a business day for those paperwork or those documents that we need to send off, because once again, this will go into effect on Monday, September 26th. So I did reach out to the AG's office to let them know, sorry for any inconvenience that this may cause. This is not a normal process here, and they also agree. To the citizens of the village of Cahokia, I just want to let everyone know that services will still be here. I have Mayor Herb Simmons here. He's going to explain a little bit more in depth how this whole deal is going to work with CENTCOM. But I do want the residents to know that your calls will be answered, your emergencies will still be responded to, and just to bear with us in this transitional process for any of those questions or little hiccups that may occur along the way. But I do want to let everyone know, as the mayor of the village of Cahokia, I am pretty much satisfied as to where we are right now with this whole consolidation deal, based off of the state's mandatory guidelines. And so I did want to put that out there before we begin. Now we have public comments. We have Mr. Trustee Jerry Nichols. Yes, Trustee Nichols.
2 weeks ago, I tried to get a hold of the sheriff's office in Belleville. It took me 30 minutes, and I still received nobody but sitcom recordings. Nothing. I give up. So what are you supposed to do when you have trouble? Cahokia has got one of the finest police forces we've ever had. I've been here 63 years. I know these guys personally. Now we're going to have to worry about somebody coming to our house.
Well,
Let me speak. Dave spoke to the 27 robberies and all this other stuff we had. Now you're going to take this. We got to call Belleville. Belleville's got to call you. It's going to be terrible. It's just the only way you can say it.
Well, Trustee Nichols, I choose to disagree. I feel as if, I don't know when that was when you tried to call the sheriff's office, but I recently called 2 days ago, and I can
You probably got a number I can't.
No, this was the general number, because I was testing this out before we brought this to the board. And let me also just say this is one of the reasons that this was not on the agenda at the last meeting last week. It was initially on the agenda, but I took it off because I wanted to make sure that just starting out, we had service and we could reach those people. And so that was also a testing period for myself as well. I did call, and then I had other people call, and they were able to get through. And I realized things are not going to ever be perfect with the new system you're implementing. But we will maintain service here. And like you said, yeah, we have issues out here, but people will get their service through CENTCOM.
There was no reason to take our dispatchers out here. There was no reason. I don't care if it was a state or Mr. Simmons, Kern, County. There was no reason for them to take our dispatchers out of Cahokia. They've been here so long.
Listen, Trustee Nichols, once again, I understand it, and I agree with you. Okay, I wanted to keep our system here. However, this is state mandated. There was nothing that we could do on this. Now, we aren't keeping our dispatchers, and we aren't keeping our dispatchers here. They will still remain here at Cahokia Village Hall. And so that was a huge plus in this whole deal.
Sure, it's a good thing. But how long are you going to be able to keep them?
We will keep our dispatchers as long as we can keep our dispatchers.
But you're going to tell me that the service from CENTCOM is going to be as good as our dispatchers right here in this village?
Trustee Nichols, there's no way for me to even make an agreement to that statement. I can't tell you because I don't know. This is new for everyone.
Will the non-emergency number phone line still be answered, the 9505?
Mrs. Deers, Mr. Mayor Herb Simmons will be up in a minute to answer all
Okay.
your questions that you may have in relation to the
Okay.
transition.
All right, thank you.
First, we have public comments from Mr. William Williams.
Hello, Mayor, trustee, long time no see. My big thing is the parks and the roads, like always the roads. I was gonna send you a bill for my cell phone that came off my bike when I was riding because of all the potholes. It's ridiculous out there. I mean, I can't even miss them on my bike, there's so many of them out there. And, I mean, I don't understand why nothing's been done with these roads. They're going to get worse. The buses are on them now. Winter's coming, so they're going to get worse. Parks. I don't understand why we put a basketball court in down by the football field, because you covered half the parking lot with a new asphalt, which should have been put on the walking path. You promised to get everything done out there, and the walking path's not done. Numerous citizens tell me they go to Depot because they can walk up there. They don't like walking in because they're afraid they're going to twist their ankle and fall. It makes no sense. None at all. I'm up there every day. And I don't even walk the walking path. I did the other day, pushed my bike on it, and I tripped 2 times, walking a short distance on it. I walked in the grass instead. And Parks College. Don't your grass cutters know how to use a weed eater? Don't they know how to trim back bushes? There's dead trees in the middle of Parks College, and they don't cut the grass. The grass is as high as I am. That's a breeding ground for mosquitoes. It makes no sense. They're getting paid good money. Why can't they go over there and cut that? Get the fallen trees out of there. That's city property. Get the fallen trees out and get the grass cut. I mean, that's nothing. And of course, the weeding up at the wedge. That's the weeding's not being done. They take a weed eater, they knock the stuff down, and that's it. I will promise you one thing. If I have to go up there and start weed eating and everything again, I will be calling the news channels out to watch. And we will make a large report on it. So, just want to let you know. I mean, I've never tried to hide anything from you. So, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. Next, we have Ms. Mary Ann Spicer.
Good morning, everyone. My first complaint was your disregard on 9/11 for having the flags lowered. It was a state mandate that all federal entities lower the flag in honor of Patriots Day. I don't know how many citizens, unfortunately, had to call the non-emergency number to find out why. And eventually, sometime during the day, they were lowered. But it was, my husband was retired military. My son is currently serving in the Army. My daughter was in the Marines. I mean, it's a disregard to any of our veterans. You have no compassion. Number 2, tear down the derelict buildings at Parks College. I mean, the doors are open, kids get in there, somebody's going to get hurt. And speaking of the grass cutters, when they cut into the street, cannot they not sweep or blow the grass cuttings, that they just leave them lay there? I mean, they're getting paid $30-something an hour. People that work for professional grass cutting companies don't make $30 an hour. They blow the grass, they pick up the trash before they cut too. I guess our people are too good for that.
Next, we have Ms. Christina Walker.
Okay. On May 31st of this year, I sent off a Freedom of Information to Mr. Duncan asking for a list of all complaints on file for the Coast Community Basket. On June 2nd, I received an email that said that these were all verbal complaints. Well, I in turn contacted Mr. Duncan and let him know that per Lisa Mannion, who's the Attorney General, if there's a compiled list already, then they're required to turn that over under the Freedom of Information Act. When Mr. Duncan told me they were all verbal complaints, I in turn told him that on the 6/23/15 board meeting, at a minute and 50 seconds into that board meeting, I had you sitting next to him on video, and you hold up the file and say, this is a list of complaints on file for the community basket. So what I need clarification on is, first of all, who's lying? Is it you or him? I haven't turned it over to the Attorney General's office because we haven't had a board meeting for me to bring it to your attention. I try to, not always have to go through the rough way. So what I need is a compiled list of all the complaints you held up that day at the board meeting, a complaint on file for the community basket, so I turn that to my attorney. Also, the news flyer that you just had in the paper for the Belleville New Democrat, stating that you're making all these partnerships and you're moving the village forward, you're doing great things. I would like the village of Cahokia to release the Cahokia community basket property that we've proven to you multiple times, had multiple meetings about, and given you the paperwork to prove that that property belongs to us, so we would like to have that back. So those are my 2 forms today, and it's going to continue to be my forms until I get the list of complaints with files. I need names, dates, because if they came in and filed a complaint, which you held it up and said, I have a list of complaints, hundreds of complaints, not just a list. So I have hundreds of complaints on file. So I need the list, and I would like the village of Cahokia to partner and give us our property back.
Thank you. Okay, this time we have
Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm doing, but can I make a comment though?
Oh, sure, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, I appreciate that. And I want to thank you, Bill, for answering the question. So, hopefully you can answer this one. In May, you voted to cut village board meetings from 2 a month to 1 a month. Trustees have always been paid $250 per meeting, which is giving them $500 a month. Why are trustees still being paid $500 a month when there was just 1 meeting in June and 0 meetings in July and August? Would you like to answer that?
Go ahead.
Well, I'm asking you,
Was there a pay reduction
Go ahead.
with the meeting?
that is the question. Why are, Debbie Duncan, isn't she getting paid the $250?
That's your first comment?
Yes.
Is that all that you have? Talk when you're done.
Are you talking to me or?
Yes, are you done, sir?
Yes.
Okay. That's all that we have. Any other comments or questions?
No answer.
No answer?
No answer.
Excuse me, you answered everybody else's question.
Thank you. Next we have Mayor Herb Simmons at this time. We're going to get into the business of why we're here today. Mayor, can you go ahead and explain Resolution 16-1066 to everyone and what's really going on?
Thank you, Mayor. Council members, asked to come here. The mayor said I second his motion. This has been a long, trying deal that I inherited through the emergency telephone system board of St. Clair County. It was a law that went into place January of this year that required the 911 VSAT members throughout the state of Illinois holidays down to 50% of what the current status was. In St. Clair County, we had 8 PSAC centers, which meant that we had to reduce those to 4. And it's not just in St. Clair County, it's just not here in Cahokia, it's across the state of Illinois. I've been attending the 911 advisory board that's been appointed. It's been in operation for about 3 or 4 years, if not longer. We go up there several times a month. We actually, the first thing I did when I took office was appointed a committee made up of the police chiefs of each of the communities that have PSAT centers. In fact, Chief Landman is actually the 3rd chief that I've actually went through this process with. Chief Purcell, or Chief Jones was the first chief that I put on that committee. And what we were trying to do was trying to come up with a way to combat just what Mr. Nichols was complaining about. I've heard that from every community in St. Clair County and across the state of Illinois. Everybody said, why do we have to close our PSAT centers? Again, that was something that was mandated by the state. The governor signed the bill and went into effect. So we have the duty to do what the law tells us we have to do. It's been a long, as the mayor said, 18 months for him. The law says consolidation has to be done by June 30th of next year. Now, you may say, okay, then why are we doing it on Monday the 26th? And that's a question that is a valid question. came back 3 different times while these negotiations have been going on, and they finally said, we've got to get this done. So that's the rush of doing it. There's one community in Santa Fe County that is not affected by the radio system because of the type of radio equipment they have, and that's the village of Swansea. So they actually have until June 30th of next year to meet the consolidation deadline. It's just not Cahokia being forced to consolidate. The service, and Mr. Nichols, if you called and didn't get an answer, I'll give you my card for a leader. I'll need to know which number you called. If you called the one number that did not come to Centcom, so I need to know what number you did call. I called the sheriff's department.
30 minutes I called and waited, no calls. All I got was recordings.
Yeah, that's the sheriff.
You're saying St. Clair County. Okay, but what I understand is Monroe County Water was not involved in this.
And again, I wrote a copy of the statute along. You can look in there, and it's all broke out by sizes of counties. They consolidated if you were below a certain population. Weren't required to do that. It's like the ETSP. We are a single ETSP county. Counties across the state that had multiple ETSPs in them, if your population was far below what was the state statute, they had to combine ETSP also.
So we had dispatch, and it was like $250,000 a year. I think had to be paid or had to come up with a key for dispatch. So where's the money going now? Where's our money going to go? To state county?
There is a charge for dispatching, and I'm not sure what you're talking about.
You might be talking about the radio upgrade.
Yeah, there was the radio upgrades, which, and again, that was more of what we went through. Cahokia could have stayed on and stayed operated until June 30th of next year, like Swansea has done, but it would cost just under $300,000 to put the new radio equipment in that you would have used to only until June 30th of next year.
Now, am I right? We dispatch for the railroad. We dispatch for Sojay, fire departments, Cahokia, and there's another one.
Dupo.
We used to do Dupo, and they came to Sitcom.
So now everybody's going to go to Sitcom.
No, not everybody.
Dupo and all of them, and everything right in this area. So everybody's got to call the county. And if they had the luck I had the other day, you might as well just roll over and die and be done with it. Shot 1 or 2, but it ain't going to work.
Well, to answer your question, consolidation's been around for 40 years. We're consolidating everything. It's just now it's reached the point of 911. Across the country, they're consolidating townships, school districts, villages, and now they're into the 911. Again, I'm not telling you I support this. In fact, I'm the one who's been out there jamming it in to try to keep the DSAP. I'm saying we got the best robust system. We were the first leader in enhanced 911 in the country. St. Clair County was. And I've been up there, and it's all a matter of record. We justified in front of the General Assembly and said, why are you trying to fix something that isn't broken in my eyes? And of course, we're just a small voice across the state of Illinois. I was up there and listened to where DuPage County laid off 60 people. Our goal, and I applaud the mayor and for the people who've been involved in that, they're going to keep their dispatchers here. There's some communities that have laid their dispatchers off.
Sitcom's not taking any people on after taking over their dispatches, so Sitcom's not taking any people on, is that?
Yes, we are.
You are?
Yes, sir. I've already hired 3 people. I'm looking for a 4th.
Okay, so our people were offered to go to Sitcom.
I hired 1 people. They showed up, worked 2 days, and then come back.
No.
And didn't call, didn't say anything.
Well, I do want, people here probably want a number to call, because I'm going to tell you, Coach's going to be lost.
Yeah.
But they do not know who to call. We need something to come out for the whole village.
You call and didn't need the number that you called and didn't get an answer, you were probably getting a recording, you were probably calling the sheriff's department, and it was going to either the investigations department, but if you call 911, you got to understand
But you
911.
can't call 911 without getting in trouble. That's the problem.
That's what I'm saying, and I don't want you to call 911, it's an emergency.
What's the non-emergency?
But you'd call the Cahokia number, and when that will be transferred on Monday, that call, those lines will be transferred to Centcom.
So we're still going to call the
You'll still call
9505 non-emergency?
9505, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that will be transferred to Centcom. That will be answered there by a telecommunicator because we still receive 911 calls on that subject line. People who live in the community don't want to call 911. They'll call that non-emergency number, so we have to have trained, certified people who can give medical information over the phone. If they may call that non-emergency number and say, hey, my house is being broken into or it's been burglarized. We're
out and it has not been out because the deal of the negotiation has just been
I
finalized.
don't mean that, I mean the numbers we have now, we got a 337-9505, that's not emergency.
And Chief, I may be wrong here, but the number that we currently have, the citizens can still use that number.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Right. People are thinking, because we're looking at Sidcom, they gotta call county. So now they're gonna try to call county like I did.
No, and so, what we don't want to do here is get, some of the citizens, and we'll have, the information, put out the doors and whatnot, as far as, just still call the same number.
Exactly.
We'll get that word. But, we could not have this meeting, we could not even have this conversation until those midnight negotiations. And, once again, I just want to make this point. We're having this meeting today, at this time, this late, because I want to save our dispatch. That was the last meeting that I had with the FOP union, because I wanted to keep our guys. And I couldn't help that, I couldn't do one part without the other. And so that's why we're here today.
Well, I'm glad you kept the dispatch. I was worried about them guys, and they were worried too, so I'm really glad you kept those guys.
One of the biggest reasons for that is we still have to man the station because we still have a jail.
That's right, and you said to watch prisoners. That's what another question I was gonna have.
So essentially, we eliminated the records department. We'll split that up between dispatchers with some other duties.
So we will have somebody watching a prisoner
Yeah.
full time.
Yeah, you have to by law.
Right.
And just so you know, Mr. Nichols, when the residents call 911, they're going to get a certified trained dispatcher. They're going to have more. Right now, and I'm not sure if Cahokia is aware, you have one telecommunicator there most of the time. At least in a consolidated center, our minimum staffing is going to be 5, most of the time 6. So I disagree with you thinking it's going to be different. The citizens aren't going to know when they dial 911, because when you're calling 911, it's probably an emergency situation. It should be. They're going to take that information and we're going to dispatch it correctly, because the law says we couldn't take that. That's why you couldn't be a PSAP. We can't transfer that call back to a non-PSAP center.
So we will have to take a call there to come back here. There's going to be more time between them and they get
We can't do that. No, it won't come back. What we'll be doing is they'll take that information and they'll call Cahokia directly on the radio and say, you've got a call here, you've got a call there. It's no more than what we're doing right now. You're not going to notice a difference.
We'll just have to see how it works.
And again, that's why I gave you my number. If anybody else needs that, if I don't know there's a problem, I can't fix it. So if you send me the number that you call, I can get back with you and let you know exactly what it was.
All right. Anyone else in the audience?
How much is Sidcom going to cost you?
We did, when I took over, I did a cost analysis study of what it costs to do those calls. Currently today, that call was $14.68. Through the report that I had done, I've been able to go in and reduce some costs, and now we charge like $10. That's going to be my proposal for next
Now,
year.
that per call comes from code.
Yes. And that's the process that call, and of course, and the chief can say, it's not just picking up the phone and taking that information. It's
Is that the 911
information.
calls or the non-emergency calls?
That's any call that generates a report. And that's across the town. That's for everybody we dispatch. So I've actually reduced the amount of that call taking to help alleviate the benefit on these communities.
So since you've been working with Cahokia, what's our average call volume?
Chief, just send that to me.
Right now we're averaging right at 1,000.
Yes.
1,000 calls,
Just the Cahokia police.
and they're $10 a call.
That's what he said.
So it seems like we're going to be paying a lot more money than what we normally do.
There's a cost, yes.
Mr. Williams, at the end of the day, we will see that it'll still balance out around the same, because we're only getting $1,000 cost of money.
We'll see how it works.
And then also just to kind of sum, thank you, man. Thank you. Also just to kind of sum this whole deal up. Once again, I can't say this is a state mandate. This is nothing that I wanted to do, nor does the board. We just made the necessary changes, adjustments to what the state has mandated. We as a board cannot break the law from what the state has said in relation to these calls. We can only make the necessary adjustments. Once we found out that this was here, and there was no way for us to even try to get around this, we just had to suck it up as a board and say, hey, listen, this is what it is, 10 times here, and we just have to deal with it the best way that we can. still will get our great police department as they always have. I can't tell you guys how stressful this has been the last year and a half. Because no one wants to lose a district, of course. But my great accomplishment in this whole deal is knowing that we were able to keep our guys. As far as these calls go, it's the way of the world in this one. But we are and we have, and we will continue to make the necessary adjustments to make our police function, our police department function as a whole. Okay? At this time, we're going to go ahead and move into the business of why we're here today. We have no unfinished business. We have new business. New business is Resolution 16-1066. A resolution authorizing the executive of an intergovernmental agreement between the Village of Cahokia and the St. Clair County Emergency Telephone Network, EMT. At this time, I need a motion and a second for approval, please.
Motion.
Motion by Trustee Ware, second by Trustee Sanders. Roll call, please.
Persons absent, Bradford.
Yes.
Wolford.
Yes.
Nichols.
Yes.
Ware.
Yes.
Sanders.
Yes.
Resolution approved. No report from the chief.
Just one thing, since the last meeting, there was a robbery at the Schnucks. Maybe I want to make everybody aware of that. Before you get in your car, make sure your surroundings and everything. We really don't have any good leads on that. So there's a lady that got robbed there. So.
Hey, Chief, talking about robberies over there, we were told by the restaurant managers that there's been a bunch of kids, 20 to 30 kids hanging out over there, kicking cars in the drive-thru, spitting on cars. Spitting on the cars.
No.
The cops come and tell them to leave. That's it. That's what the managers and employees are.
You got you. You're going on rumors. That did happen once. There was a lady in the drive-thru that got into it with some kids there. And
there was all kinds of posts on Facebook
Yes.
just this last weekend.
Hold on. And I will tell you that I did talk to management at White Castles. They said that the one woman had to quit because she was fearing for her life.
Mm-hmm.
They are getting put up. But I will say the Taco Bell, the employees, one management at 3 a.m. in the morning was chased to her car all the way to the liquor store. All the employees said they have called numerous times. You come, you shoot them away, and they're right back again. Now I get a call. I'm getting messages that all over that they're now at the liquor store because they knew that me and William had been kind of like sitting at Walmart, and so somebody told somebody that we've been watching them too. But I will film them. But now they're moving over to the liquor store, and apparently they arrested a lot of people last night at the liquor store.
Yeah,
So
it's not just those businesses.
there's rocks all over Hardy
Right.
Parking lots, and there's rocks that they're throwing at cars. So the employees, you need to ask employees,
Right.
and they will all tell you there was 3 women that literally said, we have called, and somebody's going to get hurt. I will tell you this much. My father goes there once a week. If anything happens to my father, I can honestly say my reaction to that is either I'm going to sue the hell out of Cahokia Village for not doing their job, and then I'm going to go after Taco Bell. He's 92 years old. The thought of somebody pushing him down, kicking his car, is not going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a lot of elderly that love this Taco Bell.
Yep.
So I think they need to be protected. I think the cameras need to be up. And then they go to Schnucks now. And then I found out Schnucks has no cameras. So it feels like nobody's being protected anymore. And I just think it's a shame considering that they just came in.
Trust me, we're aware of the problem and we are working on it, okay?
Okay, good. That's all I wanted to say.
All right.
But you need to talk to the employees
Okay.
and talk to them because they got something different to say.
And we will.
And these kids are out at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, some of them are in violation.
And they're 12 and 13 years old.
And carrying blood clothes. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you. We're going to take a decision, and we do have one business license, Central Clean Car Wash located at 520 Range Lane, out here in Cahokia, Illinois, 62206. At this time, I need a motion and a second for approval.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Trustee Bradford, second. Second by Trustee Wolford. Roll call, please.
Persons absent, Bradford.
Yes.
Wolford.
Yes.
Nichols.
Yes.
Ware.
Yes.
Pettis, second by trustee Wolford. Roll call, please.
Persons absent. Bradford.
Yes.
Wolford.
Yes.
Nichols.
Yes.
Ware.
Yes.
Sanders.
Yes.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you.
Mayor, can you keep the next Hold that thought there.